Daniel Kepler had always been a man of science and adventure. As a renowned wildlife biologist, his work had taken him to the farthest corners of Earth. He had spent years studying the most elusive creatures, braving harsh climates, and uncovering secrets of the natural world. But nothing could have prepared him for the letter that arrived on a crisp autumn morning. The envelope was unlike any he had ever seen. It shimmered with an iridescent glow and bore strange, unearthly symbols. As he opened it, a holographic projection materialized, displaying a message in perfect English. "Greetings, Daniel Kepler. We, the Etrurians, an advanced civilization from beyond your stars, have chosen you for a unique and honorable task. We require your expertise to manage our intergalactic wildlife sanctuary. If you accept, you will embark on a journey beyond imagination. Please respond within 72 hours. Daniel sat back, stunned. Aliens? A job offer from beings from another planet? It sounded like something out of a science fiction novel. Yet, the message was clear and direct. The prospect was both exhilarating and terrifying. After much deliberation, he decided to accept. He couldn't pass up the opportunity to be part of something so extraordinary. His preparations were swift. He informed his colleagues, made arrangements for his ongoing projects, and packed his essentials. When the time came, a sleek silver spacecraft descended into his backyard, piloted by a humanoid with luminescent skin and gentle, intelligent eyes. "I am Elda, your guide to Xandor," she said, her voice melodic and soothing. As the ship ascended into the cosmos, Daniel gazed at Earth one last time, wondering what awaited him on this incredible journey. The journey through space was surreal. Elda explained the workings of the ship, and Daniel marveled at the technology far beyond human capabilities. They passed through a wormhole, a dizzying spectacle of colors and light, and emerged into the orbit of Xandor, the Etrurian homeworld. Xandor was breathtaking. Vast cities of crystalline towers shimmered under multiple suns, and lush forests and oceans sprawled across the landscape. As they landed, Daniel was greeted by Ambassador Varel, a tall, elegant being with 4 arms and a calm, authoritative presence. "Welcome, Daniel Kepler," Varel said. "We are honored to have you. The sanctuary you will manage is one of our most treasured institutions, preserving the biodiversity of our galaxy." Daniel followed Varel through the bustling streets, filled with a myriad of alien species. Some floated, others slithered, and some moved with an elegance that defied gravity. The sanctuary itself was a marvel of engineering, an enormous biodome that housed diverse ecosystems, from arid deserts to dense jungles. Varel introduced Daniel to his team. Zahara, the stern and precise Etrurian biologist, eyed him critically. "I hope your reputation is well-deserved," she said. Kolar, the engineer, was more welcoming. "It's exciting to have a human on board. I've read about your work. Very impressive." Despite the warm welcome, Daniel felt the weight of the responsibility ahead. He was about to embark on an extraordinary challenge, managing creatures from worlds he had never imagined. Daniel's first day at the sanctuary was overwhelming. He was given a comprehensive tour of the facilities, which housed creatures from across the galaxy. The biodome was divided into sectors, each replicating the natural habitat of different alien species. He met his team in the main control room, a high-tech hub with holographic displays and advanced monitoring systems. Zahara was all business, briefing him on the sanctuary's operations and the protocols for handling the creatures. Kolar enthusiastically showed off the various gadgets and tools he had developed to aid in their work. Their first major task was to attend to a sickly Zarnakian worm. The creature, a massive serpent with iridescent scales and a gentle demeanor, had been refusing food and exhibiting signs of distress. Daniel examined the worm with Zahara, combining their knowledge to diagnose the problem. "It's suffering from a mineral deficiency," Daniel concluded after studying its habitat and diet. "We need to introduce more iron into its diet." Zahara nodded, impressed by his quick assessment. Together, they devised a new feeding plan and monitored the worm's progress. Within days, the creature's health improved, and it began to regain its vibrant coloration. As Daniel settled into his role, he encountered numerous challenges. From understanding the complex biology of alien creatures to navigating the cultural nuances of working with Etrurians, Every day was a learning experience. But with each success, he grew more confident in his abilities and earned the respect of his colleagues. The sanctuary was a place of wonder and discovery, but also of constant vigilance and hard work. Daniel realized that his journey had only just begun, and he was determined to prove that humanity had a valuable place among the stars. Adapting to life on Xandor and his new responsibilities at the sanctuary proved to be both challenging and rewarding for Daniel. Each day presented new puzzles to solve and creatures to understand. The sanctuary was home to an incredible variety of life forms, each with its own unique needs and behaviors. Daniel's mornings began with a comprehensive briefing from Zahara, who meticulously outlined the day's tasks. Her strict demeanor initially intimidated him, but he quickly learned to appreciate her depth of knowledge and unwavering dedication. Kolar, on the other hand, was a constant source of humor and innovation, always eager to showcase his latest inventions designed to make their work easier. One of the most daunting tasks was understanding the communication methods of the various species. Some creatures communicated through bioluminescent displays, while others used complex pheromones or ultrasonic sounds. To bridge these gaps, Daniel and his team used a combination of advanced translation devices and their own ingenuity. The breakthrough came with the help of Kolar, who developed a multi-sensory translator that could interpret and replicate the communication signals of different species. This device became indispensable, allowing Daniel to interact with the creatures more effectively and understand their needs. Despite the technological marvels at his disposal, Daniel realized that nothing could replace the value of hands-on experience. He spent countless hours observing the creatures, learning their behaviors, and building trust. His efforts paid off when a notoriously shy species, the Tarkan gazelle, began to approach him willingly, a significant milestone that earned him further respect from Zahara and the rest of the team. The sanctuary was a haven for peace and preservation, but it was not without its dangers. One afternoon, an alarm blared through the control room, signaling a containment breach. The Raxian hunter, a formidable predator with razor-sharp claws and an insatiable appetite, had escaped its enclosure. The Raxian hunter was one of the most dangerous creatures in the sanctuary, known for its cunning and ferocity. Its escape posed a significant threat to the other animals and the staff. Daniel quickly mobilized a response team, including Zahara and Kolar, to track and capture the beast. Armed with tranquilizers and equipped with Kolar's tracking devices, the team ventured into the dense jungle sector where the hunter was last seen. The atmosphere was tense, every rustle in the foliage heightening their alertness. The hunter moved swiftly and silently, making it difficult to locate. Using his experience with predators on Earth, Daniel devised a plan to outsmart the hunter. He set up bait and positioned the team strategically to create a containment perimeter. Hours passed, filled with anxious waiting and close calls, but finally, the hunter took the bait. The capture was not without struggle. The hunter fought fiercely, but Daniel and his team managed to subdue it with tranquilizers. The ordeal left them exhausted but triumphant. The successful capture of the Raxian hunter was a testament to their teamwork and Daniel's leadership under pressure. Back in the control room, Daniel received a rare smile of approval from Zahara. "You handled that well, Daniel. We couldn't have done it without you." Kolar clapped him on the back, beaming. "Looks like you're officially one of us now, human." The incident reinforced the importance of vigilance and teamwork, and it solidified Daniel's role as a crucial member of the sanctuary. As Daniel's reputation grew within the sanctuary, so did the challenges he faced. Not all Etrurians were supportive of the sanctuary's mission. A faction led by the ambitious politician Jakar viewed it as an extravagant project, diverting resources from what they considered more critical needs. Jakar's disapproval was not merely vocal. He began a subtle campaign to undermine the sanctuary's operations, spreading doubt about its effectiveness and questioning the necessity of a human managing it. Daniel noticed an increase in bureaucratic obstacles, delays in supplies, and a sudden surge in inspections. The tension came to a head during a council meeting where Daniel was invited to present the sanctuary's progress. Jakar seized the opportunity to challenge him publicly. Mr. Kepler, while your efforts are commendable, many question the value of this sanctuary. What tangible benefits does it provide to our civilization? Daniel, prepared for such an attack, responded calmly. The sanctuary is not just a repository of alien life forms. It is a center for scientific research, fostering understanding and cooperation among species. The knowledge we gain here can lead to advancements in medicine, environmental conservation, and technology that benefit us all. His words were met with murmurs of approval from some council members, but Jakar remained unconvinced. These are hypothetical benefits. We need concrete results. Feeling the weight of the moment, Daniel took a deep breath. I invite the council to witness our work firsthand. See the creatures we protect, the research we conduct, and the collaborations we foster. Let the evidence speak for itself. The council agreed to a visit, much to Jakar's displeasure. The following week, they toured the sanctuary, observing the diverse species and the innovative methods used to care for them. Daniel highlighted success stories, such as the recovery of the Zarnakian worm and the taming of the Tarkan gazelle. To Daniel's relief, the visit was a success. Many council members expressed their support, recognizing the sanctuary's value. However, Jakar was not easily dissuaded and continued to seek ways to discredit Daniel. In the aftermath of the visit, Daniel met with Nvran, a council member who had been a vocal critic, but was now intrigued by the sanctuary's potential. You have a difficult path ahead, Daniel, Nvran said. Jakar will not relent easily, but know that you have allies within the council who believe in your mission. Daniel thanked Nvran, appreciating the support. He knew that while the political intrigue added a new layer of complexity to his work, it also highlighted the sanctuary's importance and the impact of his role. As he returned to his duties, he resolved to continue proving that humanity could make a significant contribution to the galaxy's future. With political tensions simmering, the Galactic Council's scheduled visit to the sanctuary was a pivotal moment. This council, an assembly of representatives from various interstellar civilizations, held significant influence over funding and support for projects like the Intergalactic Wildlife Sanctuary. Daniel knew that this visit could either secure the sanctuary's future or spell its doom. The day of the visit, the sanctuary was abuzz with activity. Daniel and his team meticulously prepared, ensuring every enclosure was in pristine condition and every creature well cared for. Holographic displays were set up to provide detailed information about each species and the research conducted. As the council members arrived, Daniel was introduced to an array of beings, each more unique than the last. There was Loren, a graceful aquatic being from the oceanic world of Thalassa, Thrix, a towering insectoid delegate from the hive world of Virax, and Sisren, a telepathic entity from the crystalline planet of Lumina. Each brought their own perspectives and interests. Ambassador Varel formally welcomed the council. We are honored by your presence. Today, you will witness the fruits of our combined efforts to preserve the biodiversity of our galaxy. Daniel led the council through the sanctuary, starting with the recently recovered Zarnakian worm. He explained its recovery process, highlighting the collaboration between human ingenuity and Etrurian expertise. The council members listened intently, some nodding in approval, while others remained impassive. Next, they visited the Tarkan gazelle habitat, where the previously shy creatures now approached Daniel willingly. These animals were on the brink of extinction, he said, but with careful attention to their needs and behaviors, we've been able to stabilize their population. Throughout the tour, Daniel emphasized the sanctuary's role in fostering scientific breakthroughs. Our research has led to advances in understanding alien biochemistry, which has applications in medicine and environmental science. We are not just preserving life, we are enhancing our collective knowledge. The highlight of the tour was the newly developed multisensory translator, demonstrated by Kohler. The device allowed for seamless communication with a diverse array of species, showcasing the technological innovation born from the sanctuary's unique challenges. As the tour concluded, the council members gathered for a final discussion. Loren spoke first, her voice resonating like a gentle wave. I am impressed by the dedication and ingenuity displayed here. The sanctuary's work is vital. Thrix clicked his mandibles thoughtfully. The preservation of life is a noble goal. The technological advancements are particularly intriguing. Sisren's thoughts echoed in their minds. The sanctuary fosters unity and cooperation among species. It is a beacon of hope. Despite these positive remarks, Jakar seized the moment to voice his skepticism. While the sanctuary has merits, it requires significant resources. Are we sure this is the best use of our funds? Navran, having seen the sanctuary's potential firsthand, countered. The benefits extend beyond the sanctuary itself. It fosters interspecies cooperation, innovation, and knowledge that can be applied across our civilizations. After a tense pause, the council reached a consensus. We will continue to support the sanctuary, Loren announced, with increased funding to expand its capabilities. Daniel felt a wave of relief and gratitude. The council's decision secured the sanctuary's future and validated their hard work. Yet he knew Jakar would not give up easily, and new challenges lay ahead. With the council's support reaffirmed, Daniel and his team focused on the sanctuary's daily operations and future projects. However, Jakar's efforts to undermine them persisted. His sabotage attempts became more frequent and audacious, culminating in a near-disastrous event. One morning, an emergency alarm blared throughout the sanctuary. A containment breach in the volatile sector housing the luminar spiders, known for their corrosive silk, had occurred. The potential for widespread damage and injury was immense. Daniel and his team rushed to the scene, only to find that the automated containment protocols had been disabled, clearly an act of sabotage. As they worked frantically to regain control, Navran appeared with a contingent of security personnel. We received a distress call and came to assist, he said, his voice firm and reassuring. Together they coordinated a containment strategy. Kolar's quick thinking and engineering skills were pivotal in restoring the automated systems, while Zahara's biological expertise ensured the safety of both the creatures and the staff. Daniel led the effort, his calm and decisive actions inspiring confidence in everyone. After several tense hours, the situation was brought under control. The luminar spiders were safely contained, and the sanctuary sustained minimal damage. As the team regrouped, Envran approached Daniel. Jakar's influence is more insidious than I thought, Envran said, his expression grave. He's willing to jeopardize lives and the sanctuary itself to achieve his goals. Daniel nodded, his determination renewed. We need to expose him. His actions are a threat to everything we're working towards. Navran agreed. I will use my position to investigate and gather evidence. Jakar's recklessness must be brought to light. Over the next weeks, Envran worked discreetly, uncovering a web of deceit and sabotage orchestrated by Jakar. With this evidence, they planned to present their findings to the Galactic Council, ensuring that Jakar's treachery would be stopped once and for all. Amidst the political intrigue, a distress signal reached the sanctuary from a distant planet. The message was from the planet Veridia, where a unique species, the Veridian flyers, faced extinction due to a sudden environmental catastrophe. Their habitat had been devastated by a series of volcanic eruptions, leaving the flyers with nowhere to go. The Galactic Council approved an urgent rescue mission, recognizing the sanctuary's role in preserving endangered species. Daniel was appointed to lead the mission, accompanied by Zahara, Kolar, and a contingent of specialized staff. The journey to Veridia was perilous. The planet's unstable atmosphere and volcanic activity made landing a challenge. As they descended, the team was struck by the sheer devastation. Charred landscapes, rivers of lava, and plumes of ash filled the sky. Using Kolar's advanced scanning equipment, they located the remaining Veridian flyers, a majestic species with iridescent wings capable of bioluminescent displays. The flyers were huddled together on a shrinking patch of land, their distress evident. Daniel and his team quickly set up a temporary habitat, ensuring the flyers were safe and comfortable. They worked tirelessly to transport the creatures, navigating treacherous terrain and constant volcanic threats. Zahara's expertise in handling stressed animals was invaluable, calming the flyers during the move. The mission was a race against time. As the last of the flyers were secured, a massive eruption shook the ground, sending lava surging towards their location. In a display of extraordinary teamwork, the team evacuated just in time, the transport ship lifting off amidst a backdrop of fiery destruction. Returning to the sanctuary, the Veridian flyers were introduced to a carefully prepared enclosure, replicating their natural habitat. The successful rescue was a testament to the sanctuary's importance and the team's dedication. The Galactic Council praised their efforts, and the story of the Veridian flyers' rescue spread throughout the galaxy, garnering support and admiration for the sanctuary. Back on Xandor, Daniel reflected on the mission. The sanctuary was more than a place of preservation. It was a symbol of hope and cooperation. As he prepared for the challenges ahead, he knew they were building something truly remarkable, an intergalactic haven where life, in all its forms, could thrive. Despite the recent successes and growing support for the sanctuary, Jakar's efforts to undermine Daniel and his team continued. His most audacious move came in the form of a meticulously orchestrated attack designed to discredit the sanctuary's leadership and operations. One evening, as Daniel and his team were winding down from their daily duties, alarms blared throughout the sanctuary. The security systems reported multiple simultaneous breaches across several high-risk enclosures. Creatures from various sectors had been released, posing immediate danger to the staff, the other animals, and potentially the nearby Etrurian city. Daniel and his team sprang into action, dividing into groups to manage the chaos. Zahara led the effort to secure the more volatile creatures, using her deep understanding of their behaviors to guide them back to safety. Kuolar worked feverishly to repair the compromised security systems, deploying drones and automated barriers to contain the breaches. As Daniel coordinated the overall response, he noticed patterns in the breaches that pointed to deliberate sabotage. The complexity and timing suggested insider knowledge, Jakar's doing, no doubt. Amidst the crisis, Daniel contacted Envran, who had been gathering evidence against Jakar. "We need to expose Jakar now," Daniel urged. "He's putting everyone at risk." Navran agreed. "I'll present our findings to the council immediately. Hold the line until we can get help." The battle to regain control of the sanctuary was intense and exhausting. Daniel and his team displayed extraordinary courage and resourcefulness, but the sheer scale of the sabotage stretched their capabilities to the limit. Just when it seemed the situation might spiral out of control, reinforcements arrived. Navran had convinced the council to dispatch additional security forces to assist. With the extra manpower, they managed to recapture the escaped creatures and secure the sanctuary. The aftermath was chaotic, with damaged enclosures and stressed animals, but no casualties, a testament to the team's quick and decisive action. In the days that followed, an emergency council meeting was convened. Navran presented the evidence of Jakar's treachery, including intercepted communications and security footage that clearly implicated him in the sabotage. The council was appalled by Jakar's recklessness and disregard for life. "Jakar's actions are indefensible," Navran stated firmly. "He has jeopardized the sanctuary, endangered lives, and undermined our values of cooperation and preservation." The council swiftly moved to strip Jakar of his position and initiate legal proceedings against him. The threat that had loomed over the sanctuary for so long was finally neutralized. With Jakar's removal, the sanctuary faced a period of rebuilding and reflection. The council's decision to increase funding provided the necessary resources to repair the damage and implement stronger security measures. However, the ordeal had left its mark on Daniel and his team. Determined to prevent such a crisis from ever happening again, Daniel spearheaded efforts to enhance the sanctuary's defenses. Kuolar and Zahara played pivotal roles, developing new technologies and protocols to safeguard against future threats. The sanctuary became a model of resilience and innovation. Despite the progress, Daniel knew they had to address the lingering tension and ensure long-term stability. He proposed a comprehensive review of the sanctuary's governance and transparency measures, aiming to rebuild trust both within the team and with the broader Etrurian society. The review revealed areas for improvement, and Daniel implemented changes to enhance communication, accountability, and community engagement. These reforms not only strengthened the sanctuary, but also fostered a renewed sense of unity and purpose. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council scheduled a final inspection to assess the sanctuary's progress and determine its future support. This visit was critical, as it would influence the allocation of resources and the sanctuary's standing within the intergalactic community. On the day of the inspection, the sanctuary was abuzz with anticipation. Daniel and his team had prepared meticulously, showcasing their latest achievements and the restored harmony within the facility. The council members arrived, led by Loren, Thrix, and Sisren, whose support had been instrumental in the past. Daniel presented a comprehensive overview of the sanctuary's advancements, highlighting the new security systems, the successful integration of rescued species, and the collaborative research initiatives. He emphasized the importance of interspecies cooperation and the sanctuary's role as a beacon of hope and progress. Loren spoke first. The sanctuary has shown remarkable resilience and growth. The dedication of its team is evident, and the impact on our collective knowledge and preservation efforts is invaluable. Thrix added, "The technological innovations and collaborative spirit here are exemplary. This sanctuary is a model for others to follow." Sisren's telepathic voice resonated with approval. The sanctuary embodies the principles of unity and cooperation that our galaxy needs. It is a testament to what we can achieve together. The council members' praise was a resounding affirmation of the sanctuary's significance. The council unanimously voted to continue and even expand their support, ensuring the sanctuary's future was secure. With the Galactic Council's endorsement, the sanctuary entered a period of flourishing growth. The increased funding allowed for the expansion of habitats, the introduction of new species, and the enhancement of research facilities. Daniel and his team embraced the opportunity to build on their successes and explore new frontiers. The sanctuary became a hub of scientific discovery and cross-species collaboration. Researchers from various planets visited to study the unique creatures and share their findings. The knowledge generated at the sanctuary began to influence medical, environmental, and technological advancements across the galaxy. Daniel took a moment to reflect on the journey that had brought them to this point. From the initial awe of receiving the alien job offer to the trials of political intrigue and sabotage, the path had been anything but smooth. Yet, through it all, the sanctuary had become a symbol of humanity's potential and the power of unity. His bond with Zahara and Kualar had deepened through shared challenges and triumphs. They had become more than colleagues. They were friends and partners in a mission that transcended individual differences. The sanctuary had become their shared legacy, a testament to what could be achieved when diverse minds and hearts worked together. One evening, as the sun set over the sanctuary, casting a golden glow over the biodomes, Daniel gathered with his team. "We've come a long way," he said, his voice filled with pride and gratitude. "This sanctuary is a living testament to our perseverance, our dedication, and our belief in a better future." Zahara, ever the stoic biologist, allowed herself a rare smile. "We've built something extraordinary here. It's an honor to be part of it." Quolar, always the optimist, raised a toast. "To the sanctuary, to our team, and to the countless lives we've touched. Here's to many more adventures." As they celebrated, Daniel felt a profound sense of fulfillment. The sanctuary was more than a job or a project. It was a purpose that united them all. He knew that challenges would continue to arise, but with the strength of their shared vision and the support of the Galactic Council, they were ready to face whatever the future held. The sanctuary stood as a beacon of hope, a place where life in all its forms could thrive, and where humanity's role in the galaxy was defined not by conquest or dominance, but by compassion, cooperation, and the unwavering pursuit of knowledge and harmony. As the sanctuary flourished under its newfound support, Daniel found himself reflecting on the journey that had brought him to this point. The trials and tribulations, the bonds forged with his team, and the sense of purpose that now defined his life had all contributed to something truly extraordinary. The sanctuary had grown into a beacon of hope and progress, not just for the Etrurians, but for all species across the galaxy. One day, as Daniel was tending to a newly arrived species, a delicate, flower-like creature from the distant planet of Flourishing, he received an unexpected message. It was from Earth. The message was an invitation from an international scientific consortium, asking him to share his experiences and the breakthroughs achieved at the sanctuary. The prospect of returning to Earth filled Daniel with a mix of excitement and nostalgia. It had been years since he had left his home planet, and while the sanctuary had become his new home, he felt a pull to reconnect with his roots and share the knowledge he had gained. He discussed the invitation with his team. "You should go," Zahara said, her tone more encouraging than he had ever heard. "Your experiences here could inspire others and foster greater understanding between our worlds." Koalar chimed in, "And think of all the cool Earth gadgets you can bring back. Plus, it's a great opportunity to show how far humanity has come." With their support, Daniel decided to accept the invitation. He spent the next few days preparing for his journey, organizing his research, and ensuring that the sanctuary would continue to run smoothly in his absence. Ambassador Varel and the Galactic Council also expressed their support, recognizing the importance of his mission. On the day of his departure, the entire sanctuary team gathered to see him off. "We'll keep everything running smoothly here," Koalar promised, giving Daniel a firm handshake. Zahara added, "And remember, this isn't goodbye. It's just a new chapter." Daniel boarded the sleek spaceship that would take him back to Earth, feeling a mix of anticipation and pride. As the ship ascended and the sanctuary grew smaller in the distance, he thought about all the lives he had touched and the incredible journey he had undertaken. Upon arriving on Earth, Daniel was welcomed with great enthusiasm. Scientists, government officials, and even ordinary citizens were eager to hear about his experiences. He gave talks, participated in panel discussions, and shared detailed reports on the scientific and technological advancements made possible through intergalactic collaboration. One of the most impactful moments was when Daniel presented a holographic tour of the sanctuary to a packed auditorium. As images of the various alien species and the sanctuary's habitats floated above the audience, gasps of awe and wonder filled the room. Daniel spoke passionately about the importance of preserving biodiversity and fostering cooperation between species. "The sanctuary is a testament to what we can achieve when we come together, not just as humans, but as beings of this galaxy," he said. "It's a place where life in all its forms is valued and protected, and it shows that our greatest strength lies in our ability to learn from one another and work together towards a common goal." His words resonated deeply, sparking renewed interest in interstellar exploration and conservation efforts on Earth. Scientists and researchers were inspired to pursue collaborative projects with their counterparts from other planets, and new initiatives were launched to protect Earth's own biodiversity, drawing on the lessons learned from the sanctuary. As his time on Earth drew to a close, Daniel felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He had shared the sanctuary's story and inspired countless people to think beyond their own world, but he also knew that his journey was far from over. Returning to Xandor, Daniel was greeted with joy and relief by his team. They shared updates on the sanctuary's progress and the new species that had arrived during his absence. It was clear that the sanctuary had continued to thrive, a testament to the strong foundation they had built together. Standing once again in the heart of the sanctuary, surrounded by the vibrant life he had dedicated himself to protecting, Daniel felt a renewed sense of purpose. The sanctuary was more than just a place. It was a symbol of hope, cooperation, and the boundless possibilities of the universe. As he looked out over the expansive habitats, he knew that the future held even greater challenges and adventures. But with the support of his team and the spirit of unity that bound them all, he was ready to face whatever came next. The sanctuary's story was far from over. It was just the beginning of a new chapter, one that promised even greater discoveries and deeper connections across the stars. And at the heart of it all was the belief that, together, they could create a better future for every living being in the galaxy,